Good evening, I'm Paige, and I'm joined on stage with Liv and Will. We're here to introduce Hydros, a water-powered self-spooling hose cleaner. When you hear fire truck sirens, you probably think of firefighters rushing to the scene. But what happens after the fire is out? The firefighters will return to the station and immediately begin to reset their equipment. Their equipment has been caked in dirt, ash, soot, and other carcinogenic material. The hoses have been dragged through the fire scene, and the PPE has been directly exposed to the fire. Over the past 5 to 10 years, there's been increasing concern of risk of cancer from prolonged exposure to harmful materials. This led to the standard practice of using specialized washing methods for pants, jackets, and tools. But not hoses. Firefighters lay out 50 to 100-foot hoses and scrub them with brooms. This process is labor-intensive, takes 2 to 3 hours, and doesn't clean them thoroughly. In order to fully protect firefighters, we need a better way to clean hoses. Hydros is the solution to the problem. Let's check out how it works. First, the water supply line is hooked up to the washing box. The hose is slipped into the box is clamped shut, and the spooling fork is removed. After the hose is attached, the spooling fork is resecured. The water is turned on, and the brushes will spin. Watch as the hose goes in dirty and comes out clean. Our teammate Emma will now join us on stage to finish the job.
It is easy for me to spool up the hose while pulling it through our washing system. After the cleaning process is complete, I'll remove the end of the hose from the box and finish spooling. Now I will pull our release handle and lift up our spooling fork to release the hose. Now I'm going to place it on a storage shelf where it will wait until it is needed to fight the next fire.
Thanks, Emma. Now let's dive deeper into the technical aspects of Hydros.
Thanks, Paige. Now let's talk about how Hydros can take a fire hose from dirty and dangerous to clean and safe. There are 2 main stages of Hydros. First, and the main stage, is the washing stage. Next, it moves on to spooling. Let's take a look at this purple box. On the side, there are 2 notable components. First is our detergent, and next is our hose connection. Both of these supply materials for the overall washing process that happens inside of our box. Now let's shift views a little bit so we can take a look inside this purple box. In here is where the hose gets dragged through and ultimately gets cleaned. The first thing to note are the 8 sprayers that are located in the 8 corners of our box. They act as a pressure washing step, and as the hose comes in from right to left, soap is introduced into the lines as well to ensure a thorough clean of the surface area of the hoses. The center of our box makes up our spinning brushes. These are powered by water as well. Let's take a look at how that actually works. What you see on top is a water wheel. As water is directed at the angled fins, the wheel will spin. Since our brushes are rigidly attached, the brushes spin as well. We were able to power this completely on water, so that we didn't need to introduce a battery into this water-heavy scene. Now let's move up to spooling. This happens a little bit higher up on our Hydros cart. It is made up of 3 main components: the release handle, the spooling fork, and our gearbox. The release handle is pulled away from the center of our cart. This leaves plenty of space for the spooling fork to freely move. This happens twice in the process of cleaning 1 length of hose, once at the beginning to get it started, and once at the end when the hose is ready for removal. Now, these hoses can be very heavy and cumbersome, and we wanted our process to be as easy as possible for firefighters. To accomplish this, we honed in on our gearbox, specifically our gear ratio. We ended up on a 4-to-1 gear ratio, as this would provide enough torque to spool up a 50 to 100-pound hose. But to the user spinning that purple wheel on the side, the effort would be the same as turning a steering wheel in a car. Now that we've seen a little bit about the inside of Hydros, let's take a look at how we can get it into the hands of the firefighters within our communities.
Thanks, Liv. As we just saw, Hydros has the opportunity to introduce simplicity and safety into the hose cleaning process. Hydros has demonstrated that it is effective at removing dirt and charcoal from hoses to a level of cleanliness that is satisfactory for firefighters. However, we are still looking to verify through testing the extent of carcinogen removal. So how much is Hydros going to cost? Well, taking into account raw cost of $900, as well as research, design, and labor cost of $350, we have decided to price Hydros at $3,600. Taking a look at some other options on the market, there exist small hose spraying devices that don't do much more than a garden hose, and on the other end, there are large hose washing machines, but they're too big, and they can cost north of $10,000. In all of our user research, we saw neither of these solutions implemented in any of the fire stations. Hydros can beat both of these. Hydros can offer high-quality cleaning with our sprayers, brushes, and detergent, all for the competitive price of $3,600. To fund Hydros, fire departments could always finance it like any other standard equipment purchase. However, they also have the option of pursuing grant funding. In the past 10 years, state and federal governments have been offering money for fire departments to purchase equipment that might reduce exposure to hazardous materials. In Massachusetts, fire departments can be awarded up to $10,000 from the state to purchase equipment just like Hydros. To get Hydros into the hands of as many firefighters as possible, we aim to target the Northeast in the first 2 years of our operation. In the Northeast, we've already been developing connections with many fire departments, and we know that there's a need. In the next 5 years, we plan to expand to the rest of the United States, spreading into the Midwest, and specifically targeting large departments in California to reach hundreds of departments nationwide. As Hydros gets into the hands of more and more firefighters, firefighters are going to benefit from a healthier cleaning process and an easier cleaning process. Cities are going to benefit from reduced spending on man-hours for cleaning. And finally, families and communities are going to benefit from healthier firefighters. Hydros is the next step in providing more robust protection for our firefighters who risk their lives for us every day. Thank you.